The working mother's worst nightmare, the overturn of Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court decided back in January of 1973 that women should have a choice over whether or not they abort their fetus. Until then, abortion was illegal in most states and was only available through back alley clinics with unsafe equipment and doctors. The court ruled back then in 7-2 in favor of Roe v. Wade, ruling that women's right to privacy undergirded her ability to decide whether she wanted an abortion. On Monday, June 27, 2022, in a 6-3 ruling, the SCOTUS reversed this nearly 50-year precedent, and now states are left to make their own decisions. Here are just 4 of the consequences for working women. Number 1, this creates a loss of choice snowball, very different from an opportunity snowball. Overturning Roe v. Wade means women have now lost the choice to become a mother. Instead, it is thrust upon them. Then they have to determine if they can afford childcare so that they can continue to work. If they can't afford childcare, then they stay home with no income and have less options, less health care, and less prospects when they return to work. When you lose this one pivotal choice, you are forced to live with a snowball of negative consequences. Number 2, loss of insurance coverage benefits by employees will lead to unsafe abortions. Now that Roe v. Wade is overturned, employers would be able to refuse coverage on contraception as well as abortions in their employee health insurance plan for moral reasons. In other words, if you worked for a Catholic institution and got pregnant by accident because your birth control failed, or you might have had a tough time getting an abortion, there are also no guarantees that private health insurers would continue to cover abortions either. This forces a woman to seek underground networks to find a solution. A black market for abortions will reappear, and this will have a detrimental health consequence for the women that work and could eventually result in her death or permanent disability. Number 3, impact on a lifetime earning potential for women in leadership. For women in leadership roles, pregnancy and maternity leave can be a challenge. Many women face difficulty returning to work after taking time off to have a child or to care for family members. If they took time off, depending on the length, they might take more time to get back into the swing of things and adjust to a work environment that didn't stop progressing during their maternity leave. They may not be able to get back up to speed because of the lack of flexibility with their employers, who will now be more likely to have less supportive policies for working mothers. This will have an impact on their ability to take promotions that require more travel or longer hours, leading to a reduction in lifetime earning potential. Number 4, disproportionate impact on low-income families. According to the Guttmacher Institute, women whose incomes are below 200% of poverty, $22,000 for a family of 3, who live in the states who have highly restrictive policies are especially likely to be affected. These women have fewer educational resources and lower incomes. Women in these circumstances already face an uphill battle towards obtaining quality reproductive health care and maintaining steady employment. This creates a reality where the poor become poorer, rather than giving them the opportunity to change their circumstances if they so choose. Overturning Roe v. Wade will have an immediate impact on a working mother's ability to take care of their families and provide for their children in the way they want to. It will especially affect low-income women who can't afford to continue their pregnancies, but also those who can't afford child care during their working hours. Overturning Roe v. Wade will strip women of their reproductive rights and will greatly impact women's quality of life, ability to contribute to society, and her ability to work.